In this video, we're going to build an amazing Shopify store and integrate it with ZENDROP. And the store we're going to be building is going to sell hoodies and that type of product. But before we get started, I'd like you to take a look at the website we've got shown here. If you haven't heard of it, it's called the Oodie. This website is a Shopify site and they've sold over $200 million worth of this product. So using ZENDROP and Shopify, we're going to build a store that sells these types of products. And as we're heading into the North American winter, maybe some of you guys out there want to model this type of store and try selling the product yourself. It has been extremely successful in the past couple of years and the demand still seems to be there. It's also worth noting that with ZENDROP, you can actually do your own branded products and your own branded packaging. So if you wanted to sell a product like this and be the next Oodie, you could actually do this with ZENDROP, and that service is called ZENDROP Select. If you'd like to know more about ZENDROP Select, I'll put a link in the description. Now, let's get started. Okay, let's get started. If you Google Shopify 14-day free trial, you'll get a screen that looks something like this. The next step is put your email address in and hit Start Free Trial. Once we get to this screen, we'll just come up with a password and a store name. Okay, so now we've got our Shopify store set up, we can take a quick look around. Over here on the left, we've got our menus, starting with home. If your store's going well, you'll spend a lot of time on the orders menu. So here we have the orders. If you've got orders, they're going to appear here. The abandoned checkout's another one to take a look at. You will spend a bit of time on the abandoned checkout once your store's up and going. Next, we have products. So this is where we will see the inventory, collections, that type of thing. Customers, all our customer data is here. Analytics and all the stuff that comes out of the box to help you understand what's going on with your store. Marketing, there's some marketing tools that comes with Shopify. Discounts, this is where we can set up our discount vouchers and codes and those kind of things. Next, we'll jump down to the online store. Now, out of the box, Shopify comes with the debut theme already ready to go. We're going to stick with the default theme. It's pretty good, and for the purpose of what we're trying to do with this tutorial and get some hoodies into our new store with ZENDROP, it'll work just fine. And down here on the bottom left, we have settings. And this is where you can do all the setup and the admin type stuff for your store. And we'll run through most of these during the build process. So the first thing we're going to do is jump into our online store here. And we're going to go down to pages. And we're going to add a page. And we're going to call this one About Us. And this is where we will enter that in a little bit later. And we'll press save on that. And we're going to add another page, and we're going to call this FAQ. And this is where our frequently asked questions is going to go. We'll press save on that. And we're going to add another page, and we'll call that contacts. This is where our contact details is going to go. And just when we're on the contact one, we want to hit contact here. Okay, so now we've got some new pages created. We are going to set the menu. So we go to navigation, and we'll go to main menu. And we're going to add some menu items here, and we'll call this one About Us, and we'll find that page that we just did, so About Us, and let's just save that, and we'll go back, and we're going to go to the footer menu, and we're going to add a couple of links on the footer. So we'll do Contact Us, and we did the page for that, and we select that here, Contact Us, add, and we'll add also the FAQ in the footer, so we'll call this FAQ. Pages, FAQ, add, then we'll save that. Now, if we take a quick look at our store, this is basically straight out of the box, debut theme. The only thing we've done is created a couple of pages, and then we've just added those links to the main menu and the footer. So to take a look at your store, you just hit the little icon here. That's the name of our store, and this is all default stuff. So if we look at the very top, we've got the About Us that we just added. And down the bottom, we can see the Contact Us and the FAQ. So now we need to move on and start building this page out. So if we go to themes, we go to customize. What we'll do now is we'll put an image here. And to do that, we just click here and we will select image. And we might just go with, say, this image here. Now we're just going to put some text in here. Obviously you can put whatever text you like. We're going to do like a hoodie kind of store good for the winter. So we might say winter is coming, and then put some text in here like Okay, now we've got that text in, we're just going to press save. And we might get rid of this section for now. So image with text, we might just hide it, so we can just click that. We might keep this image here. So let's find another image to add. Select image, and that doesn't look great. So to fix that, press select, and then we can just hit this, so bring it on down. Alright, so now we have a couple of images in, and we've got some menu items there as well. This section here is for our reviews. We don't have any as yet, so we're probably going to just hide this section. For the example, we're going to have a really basic store, and we're going to have a few products here. We might come back to this and just add a few other bits and pieces before we wrap this up. So we'll press save there and head back. If you want to have a look at your updated store, we just go and hit this again, and now you can see the changes we've made are reflected here. Next, we're going to look at the store policies and the legals. So to do that, we're going to go down to settings, and we're going to hit legal, and this is where you're going to add your refund policy, your privacy policy, and your shipping policy. So the good thing here is Shopify does give you some examples to work with, so you can create from a template. So you can just hit the Shopify one and then come through and adjust it to meet your store's requirements. The other one to take a look at here is the shipping policy, and this one is really important. The best thing to do is to have a look at what others are doing in your industry and try to model your policy that aligns with the industry standards. We'll just hit save here. And to quickly take a look that they've gone through, if we go back to our store and we just do a quick refresh, if we go down, they're actually not there yet. So the way to actually get our policies to show is we'll go back here, we'll click on store, we'll go to navigation, we'll go to footer, we'll add a menu, privacy, go to policies, and we'll add our privacy policy, add menu, we'll do refund, go here, refund policy, save. Now if we go over here and refresh, we should be able to see that we've got policies now down here. So we've got our refund policy and our privacy policy. Now it's time to set up the ZENDROP app. Just head over to ZENDROP, sign up free. We'll enter in our details here. Once we've got all our details in, we can hit sign up, and then we will get a screen that looks a bit like this. So now it's time to put in our store name.shopify.com details, and you can find that back on our Shopify store here, just up in the URL. So if we copy from here through to here and paste that there. The next step is to install the app. So we'll go ahead and do that. And we will go with the starter plan. And there we go. We are in ZENDROP. We've got an account set up and we've connected it to our Shopify store. So this is the Shopify App Dashboard. It's nice and clean and easy to understand. There's not much going on here because we haven't processed anything, but the other menu items are up the top. So you've got find products, fairly self-explanatory. If you want to look for products, this is where you go, and there's a bunch of filters you can use here to narrow down your search, like ships from, category, suppliers, and price range. Next on the menu here is your import list. This is empty because we haven't imported anything yet. My products. Products that you've imported to your Shopify store will appear here once that process is done, and orders. So once we process some orders, this will automatically come through here, and we'll take a look at all of these a little bit later in the tutorial. We're on the free plan that allows you to process 50 orders a month, and it has all the features really you need to get started. So let's move on to the next section. So now we're back in the ZENDROP app. We're going to find some products. The first thing we need to do is head to the Find Products menu, and then we will search for the kind of product we're after. So we're looking for some oversized hoodie. So let's go with blanket with sleeves, and here you'll see the kind of product we're after. So we're going to hit Import Product, and that will just put it in our Import Products list. We'll also maybe find a couple of other hoodie products. So we'll just go for a regular hoodie, and we might go with this one, maybe this one. So now we've got a couple of products to import. We'll go to our import list. What we need to do on each of them is take a look at the product, the description, the variants, and the images. So with this one, I'm happy with the product. The description I'll leave as default for now. The variants, this is something you need to take a good look at and just work out whether you want to bring in every variant or just certain styles, because some of them have a lot of variants. So what we're going to do is actually take it down so we're just bringing in one variant of this product. And here we go. We've just got the one variant. Now we'll look at the images. We're happy with that. So let's go import to store. Now with the other hoodies, we'll do this one next. Happy with that. The description, we'll go with the default, and we will just go with the most popular sizes, which is large and medium. The images, there's only the one, so that's okay. So let's go import to store. Next, we've got this other hoodie here. The description, we're happy with. We've got the product, that looks fine. There's no description on this one. There's only the one variant, and there's a whole bunch of images. So let's just hit the import to store. So now we've got 3 products that have been imported to our Shopify store, and if we click over to My Products, they're now here. If we go over to Shopify and do a refresh and hit Products, you can now see the products that we've brought in. So we can take a look at each of these. You have the ability to rename it, so you might call this an oversized hoodie, and obviously you're going to update the copy in here. Then you can go down and have a look at the media. So if you want all the images that come in by default, you can keep them, but if you want to get rid of 1 or 2, for example, we'll get rid of, say, this one and this one. We'll press delete media. That gets rid of a couple. You might want to do this because having lots of images in your store can slow it down. The other thing you might want to do is swap around the main image. So this one will be the featured image in the store of what's showing. We can take a look at that shortly. If we go down a bit further, we can have a look at the pricing, and we might sell this for, if it's costing us say $30, we might just go for $89 and say it's on special from $119, and we'll hit save on that. And you can see down here further that the inventory is going to be managed by ZENDROP. So we'll go back here, back. So we've fixed up the oversized hoodie. Now we'll just have a look at the black hoodie, and we will fix the pricing on this one. Back again, and we'll just check out our last product here. We might leave the title the same. You can change this for whatever you want. The main image, I think we can probably go with a better image. We might say go with this one here, and now we'll update our price because there's only the one. We can fix that directly here. We'll go with, say, 79 was 99. Press save. So now we've got our products into our store, and we've gone through and reviewed them, and we've adjusted the prices. We need to associate them with a collection, and you just hit collections over here on the menu, and then we'll put these in the homepage collection because that's where we're going to show these. We'll go to homepage, and just down here we can select the products, and we'll select all 3. And for now we're just going to go back. Now if we go back to our store design, customize, we might turn the featured collection back on, turn it back on, and we can adjust this so we get 3 per row, and we're going to have 1 row, and we'll hit save on that. And we're going to turn this one off. We'll hit save, exit out, and now we'll take a look at our store. So we've got some products coming in. So there is our basic store. We have a cover image there. We've got a featured collection. It's starting to come together. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is update our logo. And to do that, we go back to the main admin panel, to online store, we'll go to customize, then we'll go to header, and we will go to logo, select image. And I've just gone into Canva and created a couple of logos. I'm going to go with this one here, and we'll press save, and we'll jump back to the main menu and we'll go to the site and do a refresh, and here we go, we've got our logo. The next thing we're going to take a look at is our shipping rates. Now I've added in a very basic shipping policy here we can take a look at. So all orders are fulfilled within 48 hours, free delivery for all orders over $100, and noted that deliveries will typically take 7 to 14 days. So now we need to go back to the admin and set up these shipping rates to align with this. And to do that, we just go to settings, we'll go to shipping and delivery, and we will go to manage rates, and we will edit. We will, first of all, we'll delete Express because we're not going to use it, and then we'll edit this one here. We'll change this to flat rate. We'll make it $10, done, and then we're going to add a rate, and it's going to be called free shipping, and we're going to add some conditions that the order price needs to be over $100. Done. So we've got our rate set up now. Standard shipping is going to be $10, free shipping over $100. Press save on that, and we'll go back to the settings page. The next thing we'll do is just quickly take a look through what other settings we have to update. If we go into the general, this is just basically the store details and most of the information you put in when you actually created the account. So not much to do here. Payments, this is where we set up our credit card and PayPal. To do that, you really just have to complete this account setup, and it's just going to ask for your bank details to deposit the funds that are being received through your store. Just one quick note on this one, you must put the exact details of your name and address that might appear on, say, your driver's license or your passport. If it doesn't all match up, you run the risk of Shopify withholding your funds until they can prove who you are. If we go down to checkout, there's nothing really you need to do in here, except what I would suggest is that you actually change this. By default, it says they can check out using a phone number or email. You might want to just say customers can only check out using email, because really what you want to be doing is collecting those email addresses, and if you give the option, they might just give the mobile phone and you actually have to pay to do SMS marketing. We'll go back. We've done shipping and delivery, taxes. All prices include tax. I mean, this depends on where you are in the world. You might need to get your own advice on this, but if you are collecting GST or some sort of a goods and services tax, that needs to be set up, and this is where you do it. Locations, we're online only, so we don't have to worry about that. Notifications, we're not going to worry about that. If we go down to files, you can see this is where I've loaded up the logo and some of the other images that we've used in our store. Sales channels, this is where you can add different areas to put a button for people to buy directly from your store when they're not actually on your store. So that could be eBay, within Facebook, Pinterest, this type of thing. We're not going to set that up, but that's where you do it if you need to. Plan, we're on the trial plan. For a small store, you probably, when you go live, you do need to be on a proper paid plan, and that's around $29 US a month. The only other one worth taking a look at here is the billing. This is where you will see when you add apps to your store and sign up with the Shopify plan, this is where you'll see those charges coming through. The legals, we've already done that. So now let's just take a quick look at where we're at in terms of our store setup. We have our main image here, we have our products in, we've added some text here, I've just chucked this in, 20% off sale now on, and a discount code. We've got some reviews here that we will update when we actually get some real ones, and we've got our policies. I've shown you where you can set up your credit card. The thing that we probably need to do now is just quickly take a look at product and just see how that comes out. So you'll note before we went through how you can change the main image that'll appear. If you want to change that out, you just go back to products. You can see here that we've got just the one color and the one size for this particular one. This copy, it would normally be updated. We've just gone with the straight ZENDROP copy for now. And you've got your social media sharing stuff here. So if we take a look here, this has come from the settings. So taxes included, we've set that. And we've also got a shipping policy which customers can come and check out. So what's probably missing now from your typical store, just to finish it off, some apps that show a bit of trust in the store, and also maybe a couple of pop-ups to collect some email addresses. So we'll take a look at that in the next section. So now we're going to wrap things up. We're going to take a quick look at the Shopify App Store, and to do that we just head over to Apps and we'll head up to Customize Your Store. And this brings you to the Shopify App Store, and there are literally thousands of apps. And I'm just going to point out a couple that I typically add to a Shopify store. The first one is Privy, and it's great for pop-ups and collecting emails. You can take a quick look at it here. If you would like a video on how to set up Privy, just let me know in the comments and I can do that. The other app I'd like to just quickly show you is Salespop, and this is the one here, Salespop by CartKit. It's another great app, has a free version available. It's just a pop-up that runs in the bottom left or right hand corner of the store and on the mobile app, and it creates a bit of trust in the store. So check those out, and if you'd like a tutorial on them, just let me know. Next, we're going to take a quick look at how to set up a discount code. Some of the Shopify apps like Privy need to be able to offer a discount code. You might offer the code in exchange for an email. We're just going to run through how you can create that code. We've also got on our main page here, we've offered a code hoodie20 for 20% off. If you want to create that code, we just go over to the Shopify admin, we'll click on discounts and we'll click on create discount. Our code was called hoodie20, so let's put hoodie20 in here. It's going to be a percentage, it's going to be 20%, applies to all products. We're going to have no minimum requirement, eligible for everyone, and we will put a limit of 1 use per customer and save it. So that is how you can create a discount code in Shopify. Now we're just going to come back to ZENDROP to show one other feature before we wrap this up. Let's say you're looking for another product to add to your store, and we'll search for hoodie again. And you have a good look around here and you don't find the actual product, but you know that it exists in AliExpress. What you can do is bring it into ZENDROP from AliExpress, and it's a pretty quick process, and I'm just going to quickly show you how to do that here. If you go to AliExpress and you find that product that you're after, let's say it's this crazy looking hoodie here, all you need to do is copy the URL, and then we go back to ZENDROP, and you'll see in ZENDROP, in between some of the category sections, this import to AliExpress button. So you just click on that, paste the URL and hit confirm. Now just go up to import list, and here is our product. All you need to do now is just check the basic details, your description, your variants, your images, just like we did on the other one, and you can hit import to store. So now if we go back to ZENDROP, we click on products and we do a refresh. There it is. There's our new product over in ZENDROP. So we've taken it from AliExpress into ZENDROP and across, and we've done that in around 90 seconds. It's pretty straightforward. Give it a go. So that brings us to the end of our video. We've created our store, we've connected it with ZENDROP, we've imported our products, we've gone through all the settings to get this thing set up, and really the only thing left would be to publish it. And if we were to do that, we would go back to the admin panel, click on preferences, scroll down to the bottom, click this here to take the password protection off the page. But in order to do that, we would actually have to go to a paid plan, which we're not going to do for this exercise. But I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if there is anything you would like covered in more detail or clarified, just leave a comment and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.